Can we just applaud? Fucking Kubo reminding us that you can fucking write. Please make this a series. I don't even care. I want it. I want it badly. BLEACA. Soul Society West Branch.
Oh my god. Dude.
Okay, so David and I both, just to give you a little history lesson, David and I both love Bleach, regardless of what happened in the final arc. Yes, blah, 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 it's bad. We've all been there. It is. There's good parts, there's bad parts, but both of us have a very fond place for Bleach in our hearts. It was for me, it was an intensely important series because it is essentially the series that got me into looking for more anime to watch.
It's pretty up there with me as well.
So this, oh my god.
So
just as a scatterbrained, it's not going to be formatted like we normally do because it's 62 pages. We're not going to go page by page on this. So a couple things to talk about. So we'll start with the really, really good. And the good is, of course, art. Always fucking phenomenal with Kubo.
And he can apparently do fucking backgrounds.
Yes, he can. He proved us wrong. Good for him.
R.I.P. No Kubo background memes.
So there's a lot to unpack here. And that final page with it being revealed that it's Soul Society West Branch, there's a lot to talk about canon-wise, because that, interests me, right? So that means, one...
It's kind of Harry Potter-like in a sense.
Yeah, because, there's different locations around the world, which makes sense, because,
Not everybody wants to go to feudal Japan.
You wouldn't think that the afterlife for the entire world would be based out of feudal Japan. And, I always did think, too, that, the amount of Soul Reapers they had wouldn't be, enough for the whole world either. So, that's really... And they never mention other countries in Bleach, so it makes a lot of sense. So, I started thinking about this, and you really can. If you do enough fucking wiggle room, you can make it make sense in your head. So you could have, okay, so Hollows, why are they so different? So one, different names for the Hollows. So that would kind of be like how in Harry Potter, they say Muggles or Nomads, So, they just have different names. That makes sense. Why are they different biologically, powers-wise, structure-wise, what they do? First of all, it's not, super different, because Hollows were able to do the thing where they would kind of, take over a person's soul anyway. But I assume you can chalk up any differences to how they do it to, just like in real life, different animals live on different continents. We have different. So I assume they just are different biologically.
So we had the Oni-style masks in Japan because, that's mythos over in Japan. We got dragons over in fucking London because the coat of arms, as they showed.
That's interesting. Wow.
And let's face it, there's more Celtic style fucking shit going on there. Folklore wise.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the chapter up just scroll through it. But other things. So let's talk about Mr. Panty Lover.
Somebody get Brooke and him in a fucking room, please.
Wow, that was just. I have mixed feelings on him because
I want to punch him in his face and also high five him.
Objectively. Overall, I love this entire thing, so don't get me wrong and think that I'm, dissing it. In fact, I want this to be a series so goddamn bad. I had more fun reading this than I have a lot of other manga for a long time.
The last, 10, 20 chapters of Promised Neverland.
Yeah. Go
ahead and smash the dislike button if you're a Promised Neverland fan.
Smash that! Okay. But fucking... so him as a character, I almost said main character, but it is I believe it is the Whammon that is the main character, which is very progressive. Everyone give Kubo a progressive golf clap.
Well, I can't really give him progressive because every page.
So there was a couple. So first thing to talk about is this chapter was just chock full of beautifully delicious out of context moments. And what I mean by that is shit you could just screen cap, as David did. Go ahead. Yeah, you know what? Bring him up, David.
Okay,
so shit you can just screen cap, send in a chat, and people be like,
what the fuck?
What an everlasting fuck are you sending me right now? So get up the one with the dog exploded on the head. I think that one's pretty fucking good.
1 second, here, let me find the Borf exploding.
Didn't you name it Borf?
I got the dog as Borf.
That's fine. Just bring up my name. But yeah, so there's so many things. And they harp.
1 second.
They harp on the panties so long. The panties are an illusion. Like they really harp on the panties. I couldn't believe how long they kept talking about the panties. But like, no, where's my personal favorite? Where he's just like, that's my favorite right there. You weren't taking my panty talk seriously. No, but I think the most like out of nowhere random what the fuck is the one where the dog is exploding on his head and he's just like, I don't remember, he was saying something about panties still in that. But yeah.
1 second.
Moving on, so I love the let's talk about our main two females here. Yeah, that one. Show me your penny. That looks like some fairy tale shit.
I've still got more.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we got page 40 here.
No, that one's just awesome art.
Yeah, that one definitely art-wise is fucking phenomenal. And then we have right near the end, page 49.
Yeah, that one. I love that one. Bro, just that middle chunk just said that. Like, and even if you tell me that you want to eat people, I can't stay quiet and abandon you.
The hell?
Like, that reminds me so much of, like, the Team 4 star, like, bitch, I eat people. Oh, I need someone to put that side by side, like the bitch, I eat people from Alucard, and then that. Like, even if you tell me you eat people, I still love you.
People.
Oh my god. So yeah, and then let's talk about I'm trying to think of what else. So the fighting style, it's like gun related things, and they fly around on brooms. So I would be curious, like if you were to turn this into a long running thing, how you would kind of make those battles more, like dynamic, I guess.
I mean, Kubo is phenomenal at fights. So I have every...
I've always liked him, yeah. I mean, even though, like, they're more flashy over substance usually, but, like, he does them pretty well, yeah.
Well, I mean, swords tend to be flashy, guns tend to be more aesthetic, because you have all different types of firearms. I'd be curious, judging by, like, if they're going to dive into, like, spiritual pressure, shit like that, would their gun be bigger? Would it be a different type of gun?
Yeah, and that was what I was going to talk about, too, right? So, like... This, to me, feels like something that Kubo... This was, like, a long time coming for Kubo, because Kubo has said in interviews many, many times that Bleach was originally... The Soul Reapers were going to have guns, originally. Mm-hmm. That was said. So, to me, this feels like maybe a concept that he had for Bleach, scrapped, and then now is coming back to it, which I kind of love. And it does make sense that the... if only it was in America so I could make a gun America joke and how obsessed America is with their guns, but London is not as obsessed with guns, so, but,
you couldn't play that card, my friend. You could not play that card.
So, let's see here, let's talk about the fact that the fucking, how quickly, so first thing is that Kubo, this reminded me how goddamn good Kubo is at writing Life is Strange. Life is Strange, I always say that. You talk to me about Life is Strange too much, it's in my brain. Like, slice of life stuff. Later, I'm filming a video. So slice of life stuff, right? So like, this, and I have gone on record, this is a very unpopular opinion, my favorite arc of Bleach is the very first one. The Substitute Soul Reaper arc, okay? Soul Society is over fucking rated. I don't care what anyone says. It's
a fucking
good.
rescue arc.
It's fun. It's got good ass fights, but it is literally just a rescue arc with fighting progressively stronger opponents. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. There's nothing of substance to it. It's good. It's fun, but the first arc had that interesting balance that I hadn't seen in anything before up to that point, and keep in mind this was my third anime I ever watched, but like I liked it. It was interesting to me because it was like just the daily life of Ichigo, going to school, seeing his friends, the funny little comedies that you get, the little back and forths and shit like that. But then on a dime it would just switch and boom, there's a hollow, right? And I got that beautiful vibe again today where like when we read this, where like 1 second they're talking about fucking panties and then all of a sudden his dog goddamn explodes, and then his friend explodes, and then I'm like, what the fuck? Like that's some Kubo shit, and I
and let's not forget that these like hollows can possess these walking corpses.
Hollows though, if I'm remembering correctly, the hollows didn't possess corpses. It was more like they ate their soul, and then like The soul, and then like the soul and the hollow would like fight or some shit, and then it would like sometimes they could come out. Yeah.
But it's just one of those weird, like, maybe that was an early concept he had, like, with the fucking guns, like...
Well, I assume any difference, like I said, can just be explained away with, like, the do it differently.
Oh, yeah. But what's really interesting about that is, like, how they can hold on to the soul, or the corpse itself...
So long.
For so long, and then...
10 fucking years.
And it can actually, increase the power that way. Kind of like,
Yeah, it's how many people they come into contact with, and I guess they increase power by absorbing negative emotion.
Like you see the dragon talking about panties.
Yeah, panties. Now, what I will say though is, if this does turn into a series, Kubo's already fucked his power scaling. Because it was implied that, holy shit, this is one that's been absorbing negative emotion for 10 years. He's so powerful, and she one-shotted him. So I mean, if it turns into a series, they're gonna have to semi fix the power scaling because.
Well, I'm going to assume, he's going to have them, that be like, that one dragon be like, it was a weaker scale dragon. Even though it was, absorbing the fucking body and the emotions for 10 years, it's still weak compared to
his friendship, he loved you so much that it counteracted. I don't know. But, well, because it reminds me, you know what it reminds me already of, though? The whole... fucking literally episode 20 of Bleach, where it's like, holy shit, that's a Menos Grande. Even the Royal Guard, or you'd have to call in the Royal Guard Squad fucking Zero to beat that thing. And then Ichigo beats it, and they're like, never mind.
Nani the fuck?
Well, Koob's overplayed the fucking Menos Grande hardcore, and then to cut to when they're literally just like fucking fodder to your visors, are just like through fucking Menos Grande. But the Menos were the highest of the fodder. Yeah,
the highest of fodder.
So maybe that's what that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, just I had such a good time. It was the whole aesthetic of it felt unique. Even if the story, and obviously, because I guarantee you someone could just be like, well, storylines like this have been done a million times. Probably. But I gotta say, like...
Let's touch on the TARDIS, too.
I mean, it was... Well, I made a joke. There was an outline that looked like a TARDIS. It was a different style of phone booth, to be fair. But I feel like... See, I don't think those kind... Well, I wonder when this is supposed to take place, actually, now that I think about it. Do you think it's modern day? Because I don't think there's...
Well, I mean, there was a smartphone, essentially.
That's true.
So I'm...
Oh, yeah, that's when I started getting vibes. Like, that phone is very much like the one Rukia had. And you said it, too. I think you said it first, actually, to give you props. But, yeah, let's see here. But, no, I missed this slice of life aspect of it, and I would love if this series came back to see it like focus on that a bit more. Things that I would want it to do if it became a full series would be they really need to heavily develop the fucking panty guy a bit more, because that's kind of his one-dimensional trait currently. It's funny.
Ichigo was kind of one-dimensional too,
but Ichigo was better in the beginning.
True.
It's funny. But if he were to be a prominent character,
let's face it, he's a slave now. His shirt says slave.
He's branded as slave. Yeah, and then the great setup for him to have powers, by the way. Like, he's biologically a dragon now, so that's interesting. Some
fairy tale bullshit there.
Well, only on the fact that it says dragon, other than that. But no, I think that's a good setup for him to be in the equation.
We need to meet more of the witches and wizards, aka the Soul Reapers.
Yeah, and I like now I want to see their hierarchy. Do they have captains or like?
Well, I mean, we were given ranks essentially for the two main characters and the one dude that got promoted over them because he used them.
And it sucks because I know the thing that I would want would 100% be jumping the shark, but I part of me wants Rukia to meet one of the, but he shouldn't. It's like I want it, but I know I don't need it. I want it, but I shouldn't get it because it would be jumping the shark.
I mean, he's got plenty of areas to do it. Like, maybe they rescued the fucking people that were left behind in the fucking other story.
Ha!
That'd be a way for them to tie up loose ends.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool concept. I like it. I like that the fact that it's a continuation of, in a way, it does continue Bleach, so that satisfies my heart that was longing for that. I like the characters for the most part. I think they obviously would need a bit more development. Is there any other bit you want to talk about in this?
Not really, no. This it's just fucking phenomenal to see, him essentially giving the middle finger to Jump here.
Well, I don't. I mean, not necessarily. Maybe, I guess.
I mean, he kind of threw shade, by highlighting certain parts of the life.
Still Bleach, bitch. But I think this just reminded me of a Kubo that I haven't seen in a long time. Right. This was a Kubo that got to fucking have some rest finally, and there's new life breathed into it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I felt the passion in this one. I felt actual having fun with it Kubo that I haven't felt in so long.
If this gets picked up, would you rather it be a monthly series? Would you rather it be a weekly series?
I don't care. If it gets picked up, I'll take whatever.
But I think if he does it weekly again, it might burn him out.
Well, but here's the... People act like monthly is less work. You still got to do more pages, so it evens out.
Well, I mean, he did 60 there, which is kind of a monthly, but I mean...
it just depends. I would say he should do what he wants to do. Yeah. But I see now I gotta look into how do you know how long do they take to make decisions like this? Well, how do they make the decision? Is there a fucking poll in the magazine do you want this to be a series? Because I fucking want it.
Well, if anyone knows in the comments how to figure out how this would play out, because we obviously don't know.
I want it.
But we desperately do want this to be a series, and we would keep doing.
We would fucking review the fuck out of it, man.
Because we're both Bleach fans, even if we despise, what the final arc became.
And honestly,
I've said this wrap that up so goddamn well.
I don't think it would go into... I wouldn't want it to go back to Bleach shit, because then it would just become Bleach. It should still be a new series.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that it helps a lot of weird plot holes, like the whole... Like Soul Society there was a fucking million things that made no sense about Soul Society.
Oh, yeah.
This, I want to see the whole branch system expanded on, how that works. And I want them to clarify, are these main characters, are they, dead? Mm-hmm. I assume, or I assume they're souls. I assume they have to be dead at that point, and they have to be... Because they referred to that fucking Panties kid as the senpai from the upper world, or the overworld, or something. So, I'm guessing they're dead. There's so many things I want to see from it, because I'm hoping that wasn't just a little gag at the end. I want it to actually be in the Bleach universe, and I think that'd be really cool. And then there's so many other questions, if you think about it, Zanpakuto were invented by Nimaya. Mm-hmm. Is that his name? It's been a long time.
Oh god.
Nimaya Oetsu. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Let me make sure. But Zanpakutos were invented by him. Hold on. I need to make sure I'm not fucking up his name. Show me the... Oetsu Nimaya, yes. So, man, my brain's still holding on to that information. But yeah, so, that's why I didn't pass college. No, I was kidding. So Zanpakuto were invented by him, and obviously he was strictly part of the Japanese branch, I guess. So that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone has to have Zanpakuto. They have their own form of spirit fighting weapons, and it's this thing. And I'm curious.
It's this gun. What's this gun called?
What would be the equivalent of the Bankai, the Shikai, the Bankai? Do they have forms? Is it part of their soul, or is it something else?
Is it mass manufactured?
Yeah.
Is it,
there's so many things I want to know, and that's a good first sign. That's a good sign for a first chapter. I want to know more.
Yeah. Well, Kubo's always been good at keeping up the hype, even if the series itself is failing.
He was the master of cliffhangers every year, every fucking week.
We even poke fun at that, with the Promised Neverland. They're pulling a Bleach here.
Well, that's the thing about I've talked about Promised Neverland. I would like it if they'd be a bit better at cliffhangers. Sometimes they just end chapters in the middle of a fucking sentence, and I'm like, what? That's where you're ending it?
Yeah.
I like cliffhangers. As long as they're not, fucking you every next week, no, it can't
the king of cliffhangers, Hunter x Hunter, where, that cliffhanger might be answered a year away.
Yes. But yeah, I fucking hope and pray that this becomes a series. I love it. I loved it a lot. I love the connection to Bleach, and I want to see more.
Yep, and hopefully this will be a recurring thing.
We'll review it if it stays.
Exactly. Until then, peace.